everybody.
So, this is Albert Torcaso of Humanity Matters Live, reporting as Humanity Matters News on the go. And I'm with this wonderful young man. It's Willie.
Dr. Willie Jolley.
There you go, Willie Jolley.
Dr. Willie Jolley.
That's right, Dr.
Here in
Willie.
Pittsburgh.
There you go.
And it's a beautiful day here in Pittsburgh.
So, Dr.
Willie Jolley.
So, let's, as quickly and brief as you want to take it, or as long as you want. It's up to you.
Okay.
Tell me your story.
Well, first of all, I'm very grateful. I'm on the Get Motivated tour, so we're here in Pittsburgh for the Get Motivated tour. We were in Winnipeg, Canada yesterday, and we had a great time there, but this has been fantastic today. The people were very responsive to my message this morning, and I'm grateful for the standing ovation, but I'm grateful for all of those who came back afterwards, wanted to meet and greet and say hello. And one man, I just met a young man named Antoine. He gave me his card. He said, I had to meet you, and he was in tears. He said, you came to Pittsburgh about 20 years ago to the Borders bookstore and did a book signing as well as a talk. My mom brought me. I was about 14 years old. He's 34 years old now. And he said, that day changed my life. He said, you told me it was possible for me to live my dreams. You told me that I could make wise choices. I could have great success. And I believed it. My dad wasn't involved in my life. And I needed someone to encourage me. And you did that. And I'm very grateful for that. So that is what's going on. I'm grateful for that.
That's fantastic. What made you fight like, how do I put it? Fight like Muhammad Ali plus.
Yes.
Mentally.
Yes.
You had to be like Muhammad Ali whooping potatoes, because I've been there. I'm there right now. Let me give it to you straight, because I shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
Right now, I've been going through some for real stuff. What I mean by that is, I've had some of the worst bizarre depression or whatever in my life.
Yes.
And it came out of nowhere.
Yes.
But guess what? I was listening to Les Brown because just for the, I threw it
Get
on
motivated.
YouTube.
Yeah, sure.
And some other people, because actually I heard about Les Brown, but I was like, oh, listen. And when I heard him, he's like, okay. And then I got really, I don't even know if it's depressed, because I went to a couple of doctors and they're kind of confused. If the doctor's confused, then it doesn't matter. But this is the thing. I've been listening to people like yourself.
Yes.
Well, I haven't actually, being honest, I haven't.
You hadn't heard of me.
known you existed until today, man. But I do now, and we're going to take care of that business.
Interesting enough, we do
But I just want to say this.
Yes.
I got to throw this down. You don't know me, I don't know you. This man is a doctor, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. So, and you didn't start out being a doctor.
No, I started being a nightclub singer. Yeah, I was a nightclub singer.
All right.
Who sang in nightclubs in Washington, D.C., sang jingles for Pizza Hut, making it great, and made my living singing in nightclubs. And then one day I got fired at the nightclub, replaced by a karaoke machine, and it was very challenging because that's all I thought I could do. But I had to change my thinking so I could change my future. Started listening to motivational tapes. Someone gave me a motivational tape. Now that tape was a guy named Charlie Tremendous Jones, who said in 5 years you'll be the same person you are today, except for two things: the people you meet who inspire you, and the books you read that empower you. And I started reading positive books, going and meeting positive people, going to seminars, learning from them, and I started changing. I took a job with the school system as a drug prevention coordinator. That led to me speaking to more and more groups, and then that led to Les Brown hearing about this young guy who could speak and sing. He invited me to be on tour with him and Gladys Knight as the opening act. That allowed me to then be introduced to some media people. I got a little radio show, and this radio show got popular, got syndicated. It's now on Sirius XM, where I have the #1 motivational self-help show in America. That led to somebody hearing me on the radio, and a book publisher offered me to write a book. I wrote a book called It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life. Became a bestseller. Then my second book, A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback, became an international bestseller. Then turned setbacks into greenbacks, then Chicken Soup for the Soul, then an Attitude of Excellence. And then in 1999, I was named one of the top 5 speakers in the world by Toastmasters International.
That's pretty exciting.
And I'm grateful now that I've been inducted in the Speaker Hall of Fame, and now I'm on the Get Motivated tour, replacing Zig Ziglar on the tour. And what that says is this: so somebody who just said what you said. You go through time when things don't go right. You have depression, you have disappointment, you have diagnosis, you have disasters. But you gotta make a decision in your mind that my past does not equal my future, one, and 2, that this setback, whatever it is not the end of my story. So you got to make a decision. Is this a setback, period, or a setback, comma? Now, when you were in elementary school, they told you that there were 2 punctuation marks you needed to have, a period and a comma, to be able to effectively communicate. Now, period meant end of the sentence, see, spot, run, period. That's it. But then you got a comma, see, spot, run, comma, to see Jane and John. There's more to the story, so you got to keep reading. You've got to decide right now, okay, I had a setback, I got fired, I had a diagnosis, I went through a divorce, I went through a disaster, what I call the devastating D's. Okay, I had it happen. What am I going to do? Is this a setback, period, end of my story?
No.
Or is it a setback, comma? More to come. I believe it's a setback, comma, and every time there's a setback, I say, okay, how do we turn this into a comeback? How do we make these lemons into lemonade? How do we turn this around? It's about a mindset.
Okay.
All right? So I'm grateful. So, you know, I'm grateful to be on with you. I want to encourage all your viewers all over Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania. Is this central Pennsylvania?
Well, this is actually Western Pennsylvania, but I'm
Western
global.
Pennsylvania. All right.
But I got
global. We got global.
you, though.
I want everybody who's watching, just go to my website, wjspeaks.com.
Okay.
wjspeaks.com, and there's an all access badge. Click it. You'll get some free resources, books, ebooks, articles, and you also get some music as well as interviews from my Sirius XM show.
I have to ask you,
Yeah.
do you sing on one of these things?
I sing.
All right!
Yeah,
Touchdown Steelers! Oh, my fault. That's a Pittsburgh thing. You wouldn't understand it in Nebraska.
Well,
real quickly before you go.
Yes.
Now, I know that a lot of motivational speakers, such as Les and probably yourself, talk about if you have negative friends, get some new ones.
That's right.
But how do you go around getting new ones? You can't just say, hey, you're going to be my friend. I mean,
well, you know what?
Give me an example of what you did.
Who you hang around with is who you will become.
But how do you get to
So here's what you do. You start going to networking.
All right.
Remember this, right? People write this down. Your network determines your network.
I believe
so how
that.
do you get there? Well, that's a great question. You go to the Chamber of Commerce meetings. You go with people who are trying to do something with their lives, congregate. They congregate. They're people like these seminars, and you give out your card, you meet people, and then you stay in touch with them.
Oh,
Here's
yes.
what happens to most people. They go to a networking event, they'll get a card, and they do nothing with it. It sits on a desk. They put a rubber band around it, and it sits there forever. When I get a card, I put it in my card scanner, and I send people a note. I say, hey, nice to meet you today. How can I be a blessing to you, and how can we get to know each other so we can do more business together?
Okay, well, before I go, I actually have to ask you a big favor. It's up to you.
Sure.
I know I'm probably not going to get a chance to meet Mr. Brown because I'm busy and my back is kicking, but we won't go on that, right?
Right.
And I hope Les don't get mad, but can I do a possible imitation of Les?
Please, let's do
Now,
it.
but before I do, real quickly, this is not to be ignorant in any way. I do a lot of videos on YouTube. If you find my videos, you might have a headache. And I really love, and I'm going to be looking for you on YouTube now.
Absolutely, I got a whole channel.
But this is the thing. I love this. This is the most important thing I ever heard from Les. I got to do it. It ain't over until you win.
That's exactly right. Here's a little piece from Les that Les taught me, and I say it to everybody, that changed my life. If you want a thing bad enough, to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. If all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and lose all of your terror of the opposition for it, if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness or pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you will surely get it. That's from my friend Les Brown, Miss Mamie Brown, baby boy. But this is Dr. Willie Jolley saying to everybody, go to williejolly.com or just wjspeaks.com. Also go to my faith site, jollygoodnews.org, jollygoodnews.org. Also follow me on Periscope, follow me on Facebook Live on Monday nights to do a free faith message every Monday night at 9 o'clock. And then follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Whatever way, we want to make sure that you're part of our circle, that we can help you have greater success in every part of your life. And remember, as I say to my Sirius XM folks every week, your best is yet to come.
Amen to that.
All right,
Thank
God
you very
bless
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
I will be tuning in.
All right.
You better believe that.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was amazing.